Hi everyone, I'm Michelle McLean, your host for Tip Radio, Top Industry Professionals. And of course, we welcome here and spotlight the world's most influential, inspiring, and accomplished professionals making a global impact. Joining us today is an extraordinary woman, a leader, innovator, and honored member of the International Association of Top Professionals. She was selected as Top Professor of the Decade and will be featured in the international bestseller of IAOTP's Top Fearless Leaders. Everyone, please welcome Susan Ray Degges.
Thank you for having me here. This is such an outstanding and humbling experience for me, having been a professor for many, many years and having touched the lives of so many students, which is what I find rewarding in my life because I know they will go out and teach and create wonderful environments for people to help them succeed in their life experiences.
Well, Susan, you're such an inspiring woman. And, for our listeners to know a little bit more about your background, what led you to where you are today?
Well, one piece of it was my mother encouraged me to be a teacher. And I always tell my students, don't ever say never, because you will end up and do that. The other piece, so early on in my high school life, I had an instructor that wanted us to do design. So I did it there. And then I also was creating furniture designs and other things very, very early on in middle school and high school, and creating those designs really inspired me. And then I had the great influence of a sister who still is practicing design out in the profession, and seeing her work. And we'd collaborate and we actually worked together for a period of time. She's still in the industry, just like I am. And we're both in CIDQ, our national qualifying area of design. And having that inspiration really led me on. And I had some excellent professors along my way. I still have one of them that is still living in Missouri, Bruce Stumpy Brent, and all those people inspired me along the years to get me into this profession. And to have some of them still with me is really awesome.
Well, with this remarkable career that you've had and accomplishments, what do you feel are some of your proudest moments?
The most greatest reward beyond having all these wonderful students across the years, um, couple rewarding things. I always still chuckle to this day. Having been invited and hired, my first design full-time position was down at University of Central Arkansas, and I started a design program. And I think about that now. What did I really know? But some other my rewards, of course, the ones that I've got as the Professor of the Year from the organization you've mentioned, but also my fellow awards with the Interior Design Educator Council and my fellow award with American Society of Interior Design. Those are both such outstanding awards that people nominated me for. One was with my interior design educators, was with my colleagues that are also professors, and the American Society of Interior Design Fellow Award was with a couple of my alumni, as well as some other professionals have been with me for several years. So all these people acknowledged all the years of my different opportunities, and Interior Design Educators Group Council. I had the opportunity to lead them as a president, but also serve in my region. And now I am their historian. So it's just different, unique opportunities within that group because we are all educators that are leading this next generation of people that will be designers, and we want everyone to be successful.
Well, having said that, what drives you? What is your bigger purpose and mission in life?
Is to see and lead students and mentor people that will maybe be educators, but also if I have someone that reaches out to me from another university, like if there's research that I have that I can share with other people, that's like, this is what works in the classroom. This is the kind of evidence I found in doing this kind of study. I want to share it with others. And the other piece and part of me is my research areas in gerontology are looking at older adults. And the more and more I can share that with people that actually work in that area, I'm going to always be pushing that on people because I want us to always make people's environments safe and extending their life in their interior environments. And that's one thing the students always know I'm going to get on my soapbox about: inclusive design and accessibility. And my other soapbox, I'm going to always tell them you have to complete your national qualifying exam, because you need to tell people that you are qualified to be working in the design industry. And even sometimes when I'm meeting prospective students, I try to restrain myself from getting on too many soapboxes, but sometimes they'll pull me into them. I had one yesterday and I got on my soapbox. And again, this is me pushing and wanting people to see where you're going to go and what you can accomplish to really help and support people. And my students I've continued to work with across the years, just seeing their successes and them going on and eventually taking the national qualifying exam and seeing them practice in so many different areas of design. And the one thing that we've seen change in the industry, and anybody in any area industry, yeah, I used to stay forever at a position, at the same kind of position. But no, I changed here. I'm here at this one for this very short time. And oh, I'm going to flip to this kind of job. And you take your expertise and you share it around with so many people and can enhance their living environment, whether it's in a residential application of their home, or you can really enhance somebody's living experience in a healthcare or even counseling environment. And anything that we can do to help enhance someone's learning experience like that, that they can go on and apply later, I'm always so excited about that.
Well, that leads me to my next question. You know, at IAOTP, we always celebrate professional excellence, but also people who make a difference in the world. And I know that you've made a huge impact in your community and certainly with your students. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, every year, I'm teaching students. There's in our design solutions, people sometimes, oh, you're just a decorator. And if you want to get me raging mad, that'll send me over the edge, because I'm like, no, we don't just pick out pillows and colors and fluffy fringe. We want our students to always think about a design solution based on evidence and collecting information to support a design solution. So, say right now I'm working with a senior team that is doing birthing center, and they were going out and I was, directing them, okay, you had to go out and visit this many site visits, interview people that have done those, and the information they learned on that. And there's been other teams that were collecting data and stuff. It's been 3 years now, that they did one on rehab centers, and how can we do a better job on creating design solutions in rehab spaces where people feel more comfortable and actually heal better and faster. And that one, which I'm actually working on a research paper that'll get published, we actually got it accepted after they finished it, to present it at a conference, and it had an outstanding research award. And I will try to take, things I collaborate with them and share it with others, because I want more and more people to be able to apply the evidence. And that's the thing we do with evidence-based design, is trying to integrate it in our design projects. It's just not collect data and let's write down about it. Let's apply it in our design projects and share it with the design industry so that more and more people can use it. And that's one of the things I've taught some people to do. And we've seen more and more people use evidence. And like, there are some firms, and the ones that I'm close to here, in the Twin Cities, which is Minneapolis, St. Paul, that they will go in and do evaluations after projects have been implemented to check, did we meet the goals? How well is this supporting the clients in that? And there's one project here on campus. Now that the building's been in use for a while, I need to run it through the students and see how well it's actually supporting their educational learning, because the last strike through was getting pretty close to it. And we had actually seen the students have improved grades. And so anytime we can see that our design solutions are enhancing, in that particular example, student learning and enhancing their experience to be in that space, we think we've done well. And so that's always my thing. And I'm always, again, looking at accessibility. And we got a new building under construction. As soon as it's done, I'm going to be walking through with my check sheet, and I'll probably take students with me. Let's see how well this is actually, yes, there's ADA laws, but is it really meeting the needs? And we may take some of our students with disabilities and have them walk through with us. How well is this working for you? because that's one of those kinds of things that I'm always, again, on my soapbox. I've been doing this for a long time, and I want to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
That's incredible work. Really, really wonderful. And I'm so glad that we got to chat today.
Yes.
IAOTP, it's a great honor to get an award from them.
Mhm.
Given the very highly rigorous vetting process and, selective process that they have, what does
Yeah.
this recognition mean to you?
When they contacted me, I actually, and I'll start crying again now. I laid my head down on my keyboard and I'm like, how do these people find me? And I'm actually starting to cry. And it just, I'm like, how do these people, because I'm trying to hide myself. I don't like people to find me other than my students. And it blew my mind away. And I'm like, you all, this is so humbling for me. And my alumni, when I did post it out on LinkedIn, they just were all over me. They're like, Ray Degges, RD, because that's what they call me. And yeah, this has been the most humbling experience for me in my entire life.
Well, so well deserved. Absolutely. And you were just talking about you get to work with students every day, young professionals aspiring
Mhm.
to someone in your caliber. Just give us a little bit of advice for those young aspiring professionals.
I always tell them that you may hit roadblocks, you may have hiccups, but I always say you're going to make it because having experienced those same things when I first got out, I was like, oh, I think I'm going to go this direction. No, I'm not going to go this way. Yes, I am going to go this way. And the one thing that we, not just myself, but my other colleagues and do that we do, we're always here as a point of support and always saying, okay, this is what you need to do, and this is what we're here for guidance. And the other thing that we have them do, and they're actually going to be doing some of that because we have a showcase here with our professionals in this community. Um, it's the networking and building that strong network with each other, and the fact that people are always amazed you don't ever let them go. And people that are coming into the starter program, I said, no, we're a complete meshed family because we are with these students anywhere from 12 to sometimes 20 hours a week, and we're totally entwined with them. And we feel like they're our family forever because we've worked with them for years. And I like to stay in touch with them and know where they're at. And they will be after me if they don't hear from me. I want to make sure things are going okay.
It's wonderful to hear it's a family and that they always have follow-up support. That's
Yes.
really beautiful.
And they basically told me I can't ever retire. I said, well, one of these days I would like to maybe step back and go back south, but and be with my sister. So we joke about, do you think we'll actually quit designing? I said, I don't know. We've done this so long, I don't know if we will. So yeah.
Well, talking about that in the future, what new exciting projects do you have coming up and any goals and, any more aspirations that you'd like to share with us?
Um, I want, and I'm actually probably gonna bring my students into this. I want us to do some volunteer work with what's called Down Home, and that's creating and gathering some materials and products with setting up apartments for people that are have been homeless and get to move into homes in that. And then I also want to work with my colleagues, and we've actually had this a conversation with my local people in North Dakota to try to get some licensure or certification in place for designers in the state because we're one of the states in Missouri, not Missouri, excuse me, in United States that doesn't have licensure or certification in place. So those are some projects I do want to get rolling. So
Gosh.
again, I always want to throw some more stuff on my plate, keep me busy.
Well, my next question was, how do you keep balanced, with your busy life and how do you keep it all in check?
I'm just always used to being busy. You don't want to probably even ask my students know how insanely crazy I'm always busy doing things, but that's just how I function all the time. So
Oh, that's beautiful. It was so wonderful chatting to you today, Susan. What message would you like to leave for our global audience at IOTP?
I would always like to tell people to invest in something that makes you feel real rewarded inside and supported by the people you work with and having a chance to see how successful they have been and knowing that they give back to
Mm.
people and supporting them and making their lives better, regardless what profession you're in. Are you making people's lives better?
That's very powerful. That's beautiful. Susan, how would anybody be able to get hold of you if they wanted to reach out?
You can usually put my name out there anywhere and I come up, but you can always go to North Dakota State University, go Bison, and you can find me.
Okay, Susan, that's absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us today and good luck with your students. I know you have to run back, but
Yeah.
thanks for taking the time. And to all our IOTP and TIP radio audience out there, thank you for joining us. Be sure to tune in again for inspiring stories with top professionals from IOTP. Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking time to talk with me. And yes, I'll run back to my students.
Have a good day.